My issue is, and I've talked to you about this, be a little bit. My issue is not. I'm on board with Colin with this stuff as far as black rights, his right to protest. 100% do that. You have every right to do that. I support it. I think what's going on with racism in this nation is fucking terrible. It's really becoming a huge problem, especially now. I think it's more a big problem because now there's more ways to see it through social media, digital media, cameras on cops. So I don't think anything's changed. It's just coming more to light now. Exactly. So it's a real problem. The problem with Colin Kaepernick is, I don't even know how to put it. Like, I'm on board for the protest, but is that the right platform to do it?
That's a good question.
Because you've stood how many times for this anthem? Yeah. How many times you've done it? And this, like I said, it's not a new problem, but now you decide to do it when you're playing like complete shit. Let's just the real issue for him is now. It's a great cause what he's doing. I don't know if that's the platform for it. I don't know if that's the place for it. It's the 49ers aren't discriminating against African Americans or blacks in general. The 49ers aren't causing this problem. That's the team you signed a contract for. That's the team that pays you millions of dollars. That's the team that's expecting you to be a leader. And he's already, from most people there, you say this, inside the locker room, he's an outcast. Doesn't get along with the team. People don't agree with him. So for him to come out now, it's very timely, I think. Is it a little
opportunistic?
Yeah, it's almost like, oh wait, yeah, no, all right, I'm not doing it now either. I'm not doing it now. It's like, where were you before though? And they're like, well, he's tweeted it before and he's kind of said it before. Yeah, but not to this degree. And the thing is the 49ers are going to take so much heat, and whether he did this or not, he was probably going to get released because he's playing like complete shit. He's just not a very good player anymore. So I would imagine the 49ers cut him very soon. And now you can say, oh, it's because he's standing up for black people. It has nothing to do with that. He sucks at throwing a football, which is the reason why he got his job.
Right.
Now him protesting doing this just adds fuel to the fire. They don't want that negative attention. And again, you don't think there's guys who are more successful who have been discriminated against more than Colin Kaepernick who they do protest but not in this way? Don't you think there's smarter ways to go about it? If you think you lost the fan support, don't stand for the national anthem. Let me know how that goes for you.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's important is what's great about this country is that you have a right, your freedom of speech, your freedom of expression, you have a right to do whatever you want, whether it's stand, whether it's even burn the American flag. What's great about this country is the idea that you not only are allowed to do that, but you can be then free to express yourself without suffering violent ramifications and things like that. However, it is true that when you work for an organization, sometimes, I doubt they have rules like that because you have freedom of expression, freedom of religion. It does fall under those categories, so you can sue for discrimination if somebody were to do that. But just if you work for the Yankees under George Steinbrenner back in the day, you had to shave. You could not have a beard. There are certain dress codes. There are certain things you have to adhere to. Whether or not that was the best thing as a teammate when you have a big football game coming up, when you're not playing well, whether or not that was
he has to make the team to keep his job.
Yeah, and whether or not that was the best way to do things, or whether or not your attention should have been somewhere else. Those are all questions you can leave to Kaepernick. The way I look at it is, of course he has a right 100% to express himself, but also just remember that you have to also be responsible to the ramifications, both positive and negative, that come with that.
Don't you like LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, the biggest stars in the world who have way more to lose than Colin Kaepernick, way more. They did the thing, remember for the ESPYs when they all got together and stood?
Sure.
That'd probably be a proper time to do it. You have all these eyes. There's certain times and there's certain... But when you're affecting the team and you're refusing to stand for the national anthem, I don't know if that's the time to do it.
As a fan, you're allowed to ask those questions.
And then afterwards, when you're getting interviewed, no one's talking about he went 4 for 12, threw an interception, played like complete shit, has lost all this weight, and he's making $1 jigillion. They don't ask those football questions anymore. They're asking social race questions now, which have nothing to do with your on the field play, which I doubt he makes the team. And trust me, when the 49ers do cut him, they're going to take so much heat for being racist and it's because he stood up for Black lives. No. Take that out of it. It's because he sucks throwing a football. And sometimes if you're God, I'm trying to think. Okay, Russell Wilson. He's African American, half that, right?
Sure.
If you're Russell Wilson and you're playing as good as Russell Wilson, you make this stand. Cool, man, because you're taking care of your job on the field. He's probably not going to do it for the national anthem, and it's not a distraction because he's still playing well. If you're a guy, and Tebow fell into this same role, a guy like Tebow, there's other guys. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf did the same thing, where they're good players, but if you're that big of a distraction, you're worried about all this other stuff. Teams don't want to deal with it. It's that I call it the Tebow effect. Tebow could still be playing in the NFL right now, but because of his so hard religious Christian beliefs and what came with him and the notoriety and the fame, teams are like, dude, the PR teams for those NFL teams are, dude, we're good, man. We'll just take a guy who's maybe not as good or slightly better. And just deal with that, where he's not a distraction on the team. And during our press conference, instead of talking about X and O's, we're talking about Jesus and cop shootings.
It goes back to being having the right to do anything you want, and just knowing that
I support,
but there will be ramifications, and not even because people don't support your cause.
No,
it could be something very practical. You're talking about something that's very practical. What you're saying is, man, if that's a big distraction, and oh, by the way, you're not playing well, you can start to see and understand that people would go, it might add to the decision.
He was getting cut already. The problem is now it's a distraction from actually what's really going on.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'm all about you. Think about it. And now I have no idea what it's like to be African American in this world. I have no idea. If I could help, I fucking would, man. Yep. I have no idea. You want to talk about someone who I don't go along with the rest of the sheep. I've lost jobs because of my not my religious beliefs, but my beliefs in the way people should be treated.
Social
as far as athletes, social, certain opinions. I'm very outspoken. I've lost jobs. Now, it always works out in the end for me because I'm true to myself. I never, you know what I'm saying?
And you're fair-minded.
I'm fair-minded. And my opinion rings true for most people.
Yeah.